أدياي الله صدقر أدياي والدي ولدوغر تسنيم محمد كزار يولدو أدياي
إمام إمامتوا أدياي فكا هدايتوا أدياي
أدياي ياسلو بمركبي أدياي يدو بدبلتي أدياي مدياي
أدياي صبر الأيوب أدياي حيثم منيروا أدياي
أدياي أولي القاتوا أدياي نفسي غازوا أدياي مدياي
أدياي بالليل دكانوا أدياي عيب إلي بابوا أدياي
أدياي حلو وحلال أدياي صدقي ويقيني أدياي مدياي
أدياي درسي للقرآن أدياي حفظي للقرآن أدياي
الله لا يناوى دلو يقبلنا رحمة قدرة زوبيوى مسايا بلنا أدياي الله لا يناوى دلو يقبلنا رحمة قدرة زوبيوى مسايا بلنا أدياي شرينا يا شيخ بادر أميرو عمرو سلام سوتا سوتا سماهرو شرينا يا شيخ بادر أميرو عمرو سلام سوتا سوتا سماهرو إن يا شيخ زيناوني كيسا أميرو عمرو شيخ زليلا مني كيسا بات سماهرو شيخ زليلا مني كيسا أبادر زيت في قدوسا باتما هررو شيلا يا شيخ أبادر أميرو عمرو زلب سوتاي باتما هررو شيخ زليلا مني كيسا أميرو عمرو أبادر زيت في قدوسا باتما هررو شيلا يا شيخ أبادر أميرو عمرو زلب سوتاي باتما الله ستنا توبة أميرو عمرو جميع زيانا حوبة باتما هررو شيلا يا شيخ أبادر أميرو عمرو زلب سوتاي باتما جميع زيانا حوبة أميرو عمرو نبي جيزيون حربة باتما هررو شيلا يا شيخ أبادر أميرو عمرو زلب سوتاي باتما هررو الله أبوردنا بادا أميرو عمرو نبي جيزيون حربة باتما هررو شيلا يا شيخ أبادر أميرو عمرو زلب سوتاي باتما هررو يا نتالي ما فيتا أميرو عمرو زيدك لي فرجتا باتما هررو شيلا يا شيخ أبادر أميرو عمرو زلب سوتاي باتما نتو بمجن بانا أميرو عمرو نزو بمجن بانا باتما هررو شيلا يا شيخ أبادر أميرو عمرو زلب سوتاي باتما كافر بمجن بانا أميرو عمرو كفجور بمجن بانا باتما هررو شيلا يا شيخ أبادر أميرو عمرو زلب سوتاي باتما كفجور بمجن بانا أميرو عمرو مكان عالم زيتك بتبا كل خير متر خبابات ما هررو
شهيدا يا شيخ بدر أميرو عمرو زلب سلطان زبات زما
أتت عين بأباتا
أميرو عمرو
أيزحت بأراتا بات ما هررو
شهيدا يا شيخ بدر أميرو عمرو زلب سلطان زبات زما
ينتا لما فيتا
أميرو عمرو
زتبقى لفرجاتا بات ما هررو
شهيدا يا شيخ بدر أميرو عمرو زلب سلطان زبات زما
شل الله يا شيخ بدر
أميرو عمرو
زلب صوتا زبا زما هررو
شلنا يا شيخ بدر أميرو عمرو زلب صوتا زبات زما
زلب صوتا زبا زما هررو
زلب صوتا زبات زما
زلب صوتا زبا زما هررو صل يا رب ثم سلم على من صل يا رب ثم سلم على من هو للخلق رحمة وشفاء
صل يا ربي ثم سلم على من صل يا ربي ثم سلم على من هو للخلق رحمة وشفاء
آل بيت النبي آل وداتي لست أنساكم بطول حياتي حبكم مذهبي وأقصى مرادي آل بيت النبي إن فؤادي ليس يسليه عنكم التأساء
صل يا ربي ثم سلم على من صل يا ربي ثم سلم على من هو للخلق رحمة وشفاء
هذه وصلتي وهذا اجتهادي ليس يخفاك حالتي ومرادي يا شفيع الورى عليك اعتمادي الأمان الأمان إن فؤادي بذنوب أتيتهن هواء
صل يا ربي ثم سلم على من صل يا ربي ثم سلم على من هو للخلق رحمة وشفاء
هذه قصتي فخذا حبيبي ربه يرتجي لأوفى نصيبي ولغوثي ودعوتي كن محبي هذه علتي وأنت طبيبي ليس يخفى عليك في القلب داء
صل يا ربي ثم سلم على من صل يا ربي ثم سلم على من هو للخلق رحمة وشفاء
خالق ما أراد رشدا وخيرا من بتكبيره أمات واحيا فقلوب الغراب بذلك تحيا ربي إن الهدى هداك وآياتك نور تأتي بها من تشاء
صل يا ربي ثم سلم على من صل يا ربي ثم سلم على من هو للخلق رحمة وشفاء
نور أنبياء أشتي إمامه قلبي له مرسلين أشتي رئيسه محمد نوزوزي قلبي مخطوطه تؤزو لدي ولدسو كيشام الشفيع يا واهب الحياة للقلوب ضياء
صل يا ربي ثم سلم على من صل يا ربي ثم سلم على من هو للخلق رحمة وشفاء
خلود الرشاد للضلال فلاح.
صل يا ربي ثم سلم على من صل يا ربي ثم سلم على من هو للخلق رحمة وشفاء.
كافي مخلوقات شلوفتو ألم نشرح لك صدرك زاي حبيبو ورفعنا لك ذكرك أميرو ما ودعك ربك وما قلاك أبوزو من الرحمن رحمة وعطاء.
صل يا ربي ثم سلم على من صل يا ربي ثم سلم على من هو للخلق رحمة وشفاء.
محمد مفالس زد فالس نيمو محمد الله رحمة لحاؤه محمد مجوى آخر ملك لميمو محمد ددو ونسهم زسبت دالو إن سر الوجود بإيمان دار وحاؤ.
صل يا ربي ثم سلم على من صل يا ربي ثم سلم على من هو للخلق رحمة وشفاء.
هو للخلق رحمة وشفاء. هو للخلق رحمة
وشفاء.
هو للخلق رحمة وشفاء.
So now what I want to do is call up a few of the community leaders that we have. So first I would like to introduce Dr. Muhammad Ali from the Somali community. Is Dr. Muhammad Ali here? Thank you so much.
بسم الله والصلاة والسلام على النبي المصطفى وبعد. Can you guys hear me? It feels like you don't hear yourself. So thank you for inviting me to your event. We can take a break, so I sound like a little longer than usual. And I think my part is to share with you the part that connects the Somali community with the Harari community. I used to hear about the Harari community and their rich history, but when I got there and I came across a 400-page document, and I was really intrigued. And also, some of the history that we have in the Somali community. So it was just too much to dive in when I was looking at it. In terms of, I mean, this is a rich community, and it wasn't exposed. I was trying to look at my notes, kind of like the girls were doing as they were doing the sheet, but it's too much what I have. So looking at the history, I mean, this was a close community that was rich in culture, rich in the history of Islam as well. Some of the history that I read dates back to the 6th century, some to the 10th century. Now, it wasn't really exposed up until that Richard Robb died in 1854. I would think that he was more like a spy rather than a poet. Normally, they kind of send you somebody who kind of mimics your history and they kind of expose you. And then, as you know, within 33 years later, 1857, it was the king that kind of infiltrated the Ethiopian king and kind of sent his people to make sure that the Christians were also integrated into the Harari community. Now, connecting the history, there was the Adali. Let me back up a little bit within this story in 1887, when that king decided to kind of infiltrate and make sure that it wasn't just the Harari people that were living within those walls. As you all know, the history of the walls, I'm assuming, especially for the young people, it had 5 gates. You all know that, right? So this is about the 5 pillars of Islam, some say, and some say the 5 prayers of Islam. So there are other parts that's involved within this. Now, if you know the story of the Queen of Sheba, right? When King Sulaiman alayhi salam sent her that hudhud and dropped the letter on her lap, she said to her people, what do we do with this king that's sending us this letter that's kind of threatening us? as you all know, in Surah An-Naml, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, that she said, إِنَّ الْمُلُوكَ إِذَا دَخَلُوا قَرْيَةً أَفْسَدُوهَا وَجَعَلُوا أَعِزَّةَ أَهْلِهَا أَذِلَّةً وَكَذَلِكَ يَفْعَلُونَ. She said, إِنَّ الْمُلُوكَ إِذَا دَخَلُوا قَرْيَةً أَفْسَدُوهَا. When the kings come to the cities, إِذَا دَخَلُوا قَرْيَةً أَفْسَدُوهَا, they cause a fasad, a distraction. وَجَعَلُوا أَعِزَّةَ أَهْلِهَا أَذِلَّةً. They make the honorable people lower. وَكَذَلِكَ يَفْعَلُونَ. That's what they are going to do. So she said, we are not going to attack King Sulaiman or Prophet Sulaiman, of course she didn't call him prophet or king. She said, we'll send him a gift. So that's what happened here. When the king came, 1857, to kind of infiltrate the city, he made sure that he kind of diluted their culture. He tried his best to bring the Christian Ethiopians to kind of live with them. So that's why you find now, before in the past it was just the Harari people, now you have other Ethiopians living in the city. The culture was kind of diluted. But they are one of the few cultures, or maybe the few tribes that still maintain their culture, they still maintain their religion, they still maintain, even when it comes to marriage, they make sure that they marry within their community. And I really, really applaud you for that. Other communities and other Muslims cannot say the same thing. Now, the connection with the Somalis, so it started with the Harari Sultanate. The Harari Sultanate went from Sayla, Hargeisa, all the way to Japan, right? And this was a way for the Harari people to kind of deliver the Islamic religion with building mosques for the Oromo. I know there are some Oromo people that were here, I saw earlier. They really helped us start building and passing on the religion. Sheikh Abadir, rahimahullah, is very historic, especially in some of the tribes in Somalia, connecting their lineage to him. Especially the Sheikh tribe, you all probably heard in Somalia. They're everywhere. Why? Because they were given Islamic lectures everywhere. So you find them in the North Africa, in the North Somalia, you find them in the South Somalia, you find them in Central Somalia. And I have heard that some of the Harari people say that yes, we are Shiites. Of course, some say they're Shiites, some say they're the Barihan tribe of Somalia, some say they're the Ogaden tribe of Somalia. So all of this also connect their lineage to Sheikh Abadi, which also connect all the way to Abu Bakr, I have seen texts that actually, for the Sheikh tribe, connecting this lineage. So you guys have to be really proud for the Harari people, for you guys to have delivered the Islamic religion to Somalia as well as all the way to Sudan. I mean, Somalia can be said almost now, at one point it was 100% Muslim, but it can still be said that 100% Muslim, but it was the impact that Sheikh Abadi and the Harari people have delivered. The same thing can be said also about the Sudanese people. So now when Ethiopia now claims about that, what do you call it? The Seyla report, we all know that, what's his name, Abiy is trying to do, as far as saying Somaliland signed, that agreement for them to use the port. They're saying, oh, this used to be part of us. Actually, he's actually saying he was part of the Harari people. He was part of the Harari Sultanate he's referring to, right? The part that kind of infiltrated. So there are other stories that I want to touch on. I kind of mentioned a little bit about Al-Qadir, he really had a big impact. You all know that there are about 102 saints of Awliya that is very significant in the Harari region. Some still say that this is a living museum. I hope they protect it. There are about 99 mosques there, including the Diyanet Mosque. And I hope they protect it. I say this because when you hear about these terrorist groups that they create or they export in the Muslim world, whether it's the Al-Shabaab in Somalia, whether it's the Boko Haram in Northern Africa, whether it's the ISIS in Iraq, these are all exported. Look at the first thing that they do. They destroy historic places. The saints, the awliya, this is the same thing happened in South Somalia in Egypt. Some scholars that are well known. That's the first thing they do. The mosques are known, that where you keep the artifacts. Some of these artifacts that are destroyed, it has something to do with Islam, they destroy it. So my recommendation to you, the youth that are here, that are busy on TikTok and social media, I would say you guys somehow need to go back and visit your homeland, take pictures, keep record of that. Maybe keep your copies, because some of these, they will be destroyed if you don't. They are paying attention. That Richard guy that went there in 1854, he was more aspired than somebody just collecting. That was just a poet. So something you guys really have to pay attention to, because some of us have seen the issues and the problems that they have caused. Some other points I wanted to touch. There is a legendary queen, also Queen Aruela. You all heard about it? You all know Queen Aruela? Queen Aruela? What? Well, it's in your history as well. She was a queen after her father, the king, passed away. She became the queen. It's also in the history of the Harari people, but also in the Somali community, in the Somali history as well. She was a very powerful queen, very smart, more than what they expected when she took power. But you do see a lot of tales and history that some of the books that have been written about that Queen Aruela, if you have not read about it, please read about it. She was also said to be from that area. Another point I wanted to touch, besides, you all know about the hyenas, right? The man that feed the hyenas outside of the city walls, just to protect the city. But something else that is interesting. You all drink coffee, right? Yes? Yes. You guys just export to us. You know they say that the drug dealer doesn't consume the drugs. So the coffee came from the Harari area. He was a young man who was a shepherd. Basically, they say that he was, with his sheep, and they saw this coffee to the world, and this sheep, they were eating the berries, and he saw that the sheep getting excited. So he was wondering what happened. So he went there to kind of also try these berries, and he felt all energetic. And the history says his name was Tazi. I don't know if you have heard of him. So he continued from there on. He produced to the people. Now, coffee came from Ethiopia. No, it came from the Harari area. Okay, so this stimulant that you all know. So it's not just the coffee. Another thing that's popular that came from there was what's called the Han or the Jazz. So you guys just didn't bring Islam to us. You brought Islam to us, also Somalia as well as Yemen as well. You all know about Han and Jazz, right? So they made it illegal here. I think it was like 100, 2000. So those are some of the rich stuff that you brought, good and bad, but it mostly good. And we really appreciate, especially the Islam part that you brought to Somalia, to Sudan, something you should be really proud of. And I hope Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protects that city. It's really a living museum, and I know most young people don't know about this. You guys really need to know about the history. We don't have a lot of young people here, Facebook, TikTok, and social media, but I hope you really take into consideration really keeping that history, that rich history. I didn't know much about it, so when the first time I was in transit, I think I was going for Hajj in 2006, I was in transit in Selva. And I saw, mashallah, so many young Muslim, beautiful women working in mostly at the airports, wearing their hijab. Because as Somalis, we have a different story about Ethiopians because people were fighting for a long time. And all of a sudden, I see beautiful Muslim women everywhere. I said, who are these people? And then they told me these are called the Harari people. So I fell in love hearing about it and reading about them. So you have a great culture. I hope you preserve it like you have in the past with your walls. Protect them within your families, and I hope you pass it on, and I hope these kind of events continue, and I hope you market it well, so that a lot of people take advantage of learning the history.
Next, I'd like to introduce Gadir Carey from Sente Community.
Assalamu alaikum. I was not prepared to present my speech in English. I will try in this. Dear organizers and the organizers of the Harari Heritage and honorable guests, on behalf of the member of the Sinti community in the DMV area, I would like to express my sincere gratitude for the opportunity to speak on this stage on behalf of the Sinti people at a beautiful, organized Harari historical and cultural event. You hear me, right?
Bring the mic closer.
Yeah, I'm sorry. The Sinti people are one of the many ethnic groups in Ethiopia. Our community primarily resides in the central region of Ethiopia, specifically in the Sinti zone. Historians tell us Sinti originates from the Gan Sinti, the fifth son of Hajaliye. Hajaliye comes from the east, like from Harari area, and migrated to the central part of Ethiopia and resides in the now Sinti region, and integrated with that area, created this the Sinti people. So the Sinti people are very close to Harari, the language, the culture, and the Sinti are the Hararis, like most of the Sinti people are Muslims, and hardworking in agriculture and business. They are very hardworking people. So under the leadership of the Hajj Ali camping in the various locations around the 10th years or after the Imam Ahmed al-Ghazi concluded eventually establishing themselves in the area. The linguistic similarity between the Sinti and Harari languages are notable with many shared words and expressions. A few years ago, representatives from the Sinti community visited the Harari region, and Harari representatives visited the Sinti region as well, further strengthening the historical ties between our people. The people are engaged in various professions across Ethiopia. The Sinti people are around the world, like in Europe, America, Canada, and Africa. We have our own language, Sinti are classified as Semitic language, closely related to Harari, Tigray, Guade, Argumba, Walani, and Zai languages. We also have a unique calendar system and a rich tradition of justice and governance. Most of the Sinti people are followers of Islam. We are known for our hard work, loyalty, and dedication, striving to elevate ourselves from humble beginnings. Throughout history, the Sinti people have made great sacrifices alongside Ethiopia to defend our nation from foreign invaders, especially threats. We have also stood by our fellow Ethiopians, working to make our country proud and honorable. As we look to the future, we remain committed to joining hands with the people of our nations. As Prophet Muhammad taught us, "O mankind, we created you from male and male group unto nations and tribes that we may know each other. Our goal is to build an Ethiopia founded on the principles of Islam, democracy, and peace, where all people stand as equal, enjoying personal and economic freedom, and where everyone has the right to live and work freely in any part of our country. May Allah grant safety and peace to our country and the world. Once again, on behalf of the city people, extend my heartfelt gratitude to our Harari brothers and sisters for inviting us to this historic event. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Next, we have Saeed Borre from American Afar Diaspora Community.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Saeed Bori from Columbus, Ohio speaking on behalf of American Afar Diaspora. Congratulations for the Hararis community for celebrating this event. This is a great event to bring together all the Hararis and surrounding communities like Somalis, Oromos, Afar. The Harari committee has always the leadership with our beloved Sultan, making peace, running for peace, and always in the area. And I am the witness of the Sultan is doing what's doing for the peace in the area. When the Afar and the Somali was fighting, he was the one who tried to bring all the peoples together. We are from the same religion background. We have history together. We have back from 15th centuries or 16th centuries, from Ifa Sultanate, from Adal Sultanate, from Ausa Sultanate, originated from Harar. And we always say that we got the leadership in the past, like Ahmed Al-Ghazi, who was fighting for the unification of religions in the area, and called also Ahmed Grai. But everybody claim him, but that's fine. He can be Oromo, he can be Somali, he can be Afar, he can be Harari. That's fine. And now we need to activate those values in the past. We need it now, today, at this time, with Sultan, our beloved Sultan Muhammad Hassan. We have, with your leadership, we have to activate all these values, come together, work together, and we appreciate what the Harari people did in the past for Afar communities. When the Hawash River overflowed and flooded the area, we got help from Hararis. That was a big help. And we have also help from when the TPLF war started. The TPLF invaded the Afar area, and we are not in the war. We are never involved in the war, but they invade us, and then the Harari understood to bring us some help. I congratulate our beloved Sultan Muhammad Hassan for all this leadership, for all this work. And we as Afar in America, we try to organize ourselves. We are new immigrants. You may say from 1991, we immigrate to US, and then we try to organize ourselves. We try to go through US administrations, all these problems, and we try to organize ourselves as American Afar Diaspora's organization. And we would like to work together, stay together, stick together, and with our beloved Muhammad leadership, we can do it. We can foster these relationships. We can bring all these values together, and then we have to advocate everybody's on this common ground, cultural, religious, we have together. And I recommend to our Sultan to continue on this journey to bring all these people together. And I want to call you what we call in Amharic, Yaltazaf Fanalet Jagna. Our beloved Sultan is the person who is very quiet. He is a person who is always working quietly, and he don't want to be congratulated, or he don't want to be thanked for what he's done, but he do for the people, for the good of the people. When also people work for the good deeds, we know we have always enemies, but we have to keep going. We have to keep working for peace in the area, and the peace in the area will help us exchange businesses between Afar and the Hararis, and for the Harari businessmen, the Afar can be the market. For the Afar peoples, the Harari can be the help that they can get. Now, for example, if Hararis would like to invest, you are welcome in Afar, and what you can invest in Afar, you can sell it elsewhere in Ethiopia's market. And I encourage you to look at these investment cases. I can work with you. I can take you to the ground. I can show you, and you can invest in agriculture. You can invest in salt. You can invest many opportunities that we can tell you guys. Just let's work together. Let's be the market for Harari's businessmen. Let's work together, and then we can invest together, and then we can go from there. And thank you guys for giving me this opportunity to express the Afar views on Hararis, and Harari will be our leadership in the region to bring all these communities together: Oromos, Somalis, Afar, you name it, and Karalle, everybody in the area, and then we can work together with our Sultan's leadership. Thank you guys to give the opportunity. I appreciate it. Have a good day. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.